Jamar Chase absolutely balled. And we talked about Jamar on the last show, walking into the game, the pregame show. Is Jamar Chase the 1.1 in 2025 redraft? Dynasty, if you will, as well. But I think he answered the question tonight. I think he said, I am the 1.1. I am the one who knocks. We'll be talking about this game right here, going over the stats. Dowdle was fantastic. It's time I put some respect on Dowdle's name. He's obviously playing two very good matchups back to back, but it doesn't matter. Matchups are a part of the game. You can't hold that against a player. He looked fantastic. Chase Brown was unbelievable tonight. CeeDee Lamb, nice little game out of CeeDee Lamb. The fantasy football show, the Jamar Chase celebration show, the pancake stack.
The stack above all stacks. It's time to drop.
People are getting burrowed left and right, and people are going to remember it.
Get burrowed.
Yeah. That show begins right now. File on in.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
Stack above all stacks. It's time to drop the pancake emojis in the live chat.
People are getting burrowed left and right, and people are going to remember it.
Get burrowed.
Get burrowed, ladies and gentlemen. Boy, did Burrow do some burrowing tonight, as well as this entire Bengal offense, except for T. Higgins, went absolutely crazy. Okay, so Joe Burrow, 3 tutties, 369, 1 INT. Jamar Chase, 14 receptions on 18 targets, 177 and 2 touchdowns. Pretty good day at the office, you could say. Some would say. Chase Brown, 6 for 65 and a tutty receiving. Did a tightrope end zone run. Fantastic job by Jamar Chase. He looked fantastic doing it. Chase Brown. Chase Brown also 14 totes for 58 yards on the ground. So nice little day. A nice little 100-plus yard, 1 touchdown, 6 reception game out of Chase Brown. We had Jamar Chase also running the ball 1 time for 14 yards. Absolutely phenomenal stat line. And then on this side of the ball, Cooper Rush did pretty decent game. 183, 2 touchdowns, 1 INT. Rico Dowdle doing very well. 7.3 yards a rip, 18 for 131 on the ground. Nice day out of Rico. 1 catch for 10 yards. CeeDee Lamb, signs of life in this offense. Pretty nice. Jerry's trying to fight, as best he can to prove, I don't know what, to people that he's not insane. And so he's trying to push his team to do well. 693 and a touch for CeeDee Lamb. Lamb Chops is going to be a steal in 2025 drafts, I think, if this continues. Not that this isn't a good day, but if the losing continues, and let's say they shut him down in the final couple weeks, or he shuts himself down, not a guarantee to happen. Not everybody is a concern and a panic to be shut down just because their team's losing, but it is a component that you keep in mind in the back of your head there. T. Higgins, as I mentioned, was kind of missing from this contest. 2 for 23, rather. Yoshi Voss, 4 for 41. He kept having penalties and missteps in this game, but what a day. What a day. It was a very nice Monday Night Football game. And if you had Jamar Chase, he pretty much helped walk you into a championship, demeanor, if you will. But if you were on the verge of making the playoffs and you had Jamar Chase, he probably solidified your spot. So congrats to everybody that had Joe Burrow, cigar smoking Joe Burrow. Get burrowed. People are getting burrowed left and right, and people are going to remember it.
Get burrowed.
Congratulations to anybody that had Jamar Chase. Congratulations to anybody that had Rico Dowdle. Congratulations to anybody that had Chase Brown. Chase Brown looking like an absolute, second-round pick next year. Who knows? And back to the topic at hand. If you're drafting, is Jamar Chase number 1 overall? I think he's got to be. I think Barkley's in this conversation. The workload, the amount of carries he's getting is going to scare some people off to have a split debate going on. So this won't be a consensus. Barkley's the 1.1. It just won't happen because of the workload, the injury history. There'll be enough people that doubt. There'll be a ton of people that love him. We love him. We support him. We think he's a fantastic pick in the top 2 or 3 overall for 2025 fantasy football drafts. But I think Jamar Chase is the number 1 overall. His situation is conducive to it. There's nothing that's holding him back. Even when they lose, he does well. I don't think there's a really good argument against it. I think this is a great group here, though. You know, and this cluster right here is not in any sort of order. JJ, Gibbs, Bijan, Kyren, Achane, Nico, Bowers, Puka, CD. I'm probably missing somebody. I apologize if I actually rubbed my hand across it and I'm not remembering who I erased. But this is from the earlier show, the 8 p.m. show, where we had a brief discussion before the game kicked off if Jamar Chase was locked in at the 1.1. I think after that performance, I think after this performance that I'm referencing right here, let me put it back on screen, I'm pretty confident there's not a lot of brave souls in here that have the courage to come in and say, yeah, I don't know that he's the 1.1. He's more like my 3rd or 4th player. The guy just dropped 14 receptions for 177 and 2 tutties. Unbelievable day. The injuries to Joe Burrow, the Bengals, to Jamar Chase, like, those are things to consider, but at the end of the day, it's like, this is the 1.1, and there's really just no debate. There's no debating it whatsoever. I am curious to know if anybody has arguments for the 2 spot. I'm curious to know if anybody feels like it will be CD Lamb next year. Or do they like JJ? Do they think Gibbs or Kyren or Bijan or whoever, Barkley? Like, name your number 2 overall walking into 2025 redraft. I want to hear everybody's defense. I want to hear everybody's take. I want to hear everybody put your prediction out there into the ether. Let's see what everybody's saying. There isn't a number 1 curse, or is that on the Madden cover? Look, there's a curse for everything. You know what I'm saying? There's a curse for everything. I love the Gibbs number 2, to be honest with you. Got my eraser right here for you. Gibbs, I like the boldness there. Connor says Barkley is his number 2. Someone like Jordan Addison, I'm not mad at you right now. A serious answer here in Jay Jettas from Michael. Michael says do it live. Chase is the 1.1, that's for sure. Let's see here. I'd be nervous to take Barkley 1.2. You'd be nervous to take Barkley 1.2, and you'd be nervous to not take Barkley number 1.2. Let me just rephrase that for you, because you'd be nervous both ways, my boy. Chase, Barkley, Puka. Shopkey likes Puka 3. Can't get mad at that. I can't get mad at that. Rula, appreciate you being here. Chase won't score these many TDs next season. I think always goes down. Connor, you don't have any slices of cake, do you? Connor didn't get a slice. Connor. Achane 1.2. I like that. I like the boldness of that. I think that's pretty. Kyren. I like the 1.07 Kyren. I like the respect. Gibbs getting the love. Achane, as I said, 1.2 love. Saquon Barkley, if Bijan continues 2. Chase number 3. Okay, G-Men's mixing it up a little bit more than the average bear. I like the variety that we got going on here. Gibbs 3. I'm with you on Gibbs, bro. Gibbs is going to take even another big step. Let me guess, Smitty, you have Chase. Hey, Marco, you guessed correctly.
Let him cook.
You got me. You got me. I owned some Chase. I owned...
Alexa, stand down or disconnect.
Sound the alarm. He got me good.
Got him.
Why? Because I have Jamar Chase 1.1. Does it really? Does the bias have to creep in? Do I, like, if I own Jamar Chase, am I off or am I just right? It's like saying, I don't know, trying to even think of the right thing. You're arrogant about the prediction. You're arrogant about the prediction because it's all looking like it should be the case. Like walking into tonight, we talk about this. He has 2 touchdowns. Is there bias involved in tonight's affair relating to the ranking tonight on the board? Yes. Does that make the prediction wrong because there's now bias injected? It does not. Bias does not equal wrong. Bias does not equal bad calculation. Bias can be involved and it still be a very good prediction. I like Barkley 1.1. I can't blame you. God, this cough is gonna get me for a week. And I don't want to hear that, Smitty's still sick. The whole family's been coughing like this for a week and a half. The cough has been here. The cough isn't going anywhere. It's a tickle in your throat. It happens. It's the congestion. It's going to happen for another week. I'm just going to be hacking for a week. Barkley, for sure, for Marco. I can't blame any of you Barkley 1.1 owners. I mean, how can you get mad at anybody's Barkley or Jamar Chase take at 1.1 overall? You can't. The bottom line is you can't. It's arguable on all fronts. For those that don't know, the Guerendo situation, there has been an update. It's a mild foot sprain, but this is still holding pretty true that Guerendo says he feels great. It's just precautionary. And the results were that it's a mild sprained foot. Kenneth Walker undergoing further tests on his calf. That to me, all my years of experience means he's out for probably if not the rest of the year, at least another week. Maybe chances he misses 2 more weeks. So Charbonnet, pop open the bubbly.
Charbonnet. Pop open a nice bottle of Charbonnet.
Yeah, pop open the bubbly because it does sound like it's trending in that direction. Here's the report on Guerendo. They're going to take it day by day to determine his Week 15 availability. Past that, there's not a whole lot of other news. I don't want to go over everything that we did on the 8 p.m. show, but Garrett Wilson, there's rumors that he might request a trade in the offseason. That's crazy. T. Higgins expects the Athletic expects T. Higgins to get wined and dined by the Patriots. Well, they watch tonight's game. They might order some white Zinfandel if they're going to wine and dine him because he was missing Bucky Irving. They're hoping the team, Bucks coach Todd Bowles, hoping that Bucky can play if they can loosen his backup. But that's scary. Deebo Samuel says it's not his fault what's going on. I'm not struggling. See his tweet at the bottom. I'm not struggling. I'm just not getting the ball. Huh? We'll see. Kirk Cousins, he's going to continue to start. Looks like this coaching staff in Atlanta wants to potentially throw away the remainder of the season. George Pickens expected to play Week 15. That's pretty much all the news. I wanted to just touch on a few of those pieces again because I think some of that stuff is really vital and important. Let's go over to the Super Chats. Ray G coming in strong, says made the playoffs. Higgy, Chase Brown, Chase, Burrow, total 108. They needed 114. You want to hear something sad? My team in Miss Smitty's work league has been hit pretty hard. Rasheed Rice, it's just one thing, it's another. It's one thing, it's another. I've just been battling through the worst set of circumstances. My team is phenomenal. Like when I tell you my team, it even dominated. It's been dominating the last handful of weeks. I needed Miss Smitty, who's the number 1 team in the league. That helped her draft a little bit. Number 1 team in the league. I needed her to beat this team that she's facing this week. Burrow came back from an improbable. She was maybe 5% likely to win the game before the game started. Burrow scored 40.25 in the league scoring. The score ended up being Miss Smitty 110.05 to 111. I just needed Burrow to get one more point, and I would have won, would have made it into the playoffs. And my team is phenomenal. I could still make it in. I don't think so, but my team is phenomenal. I scored 150 this week. I've got Hurts, Puka Nacua, Hopkins, Devontae Smith, Kyron Williams, Devon Achane, Bijan Robinson. Like my team. But I've had bad circumstances. Like in my lineup in the week. Like Rice goes down, boom, lose the week. Rice goes down. Another situation, one after the other, just happening. I got Chase Brown on the bench. It's a 12-man grandma work league. But it's just sometimes like, and I'm telling that story so that some of you realize, like, even some of the best teams don't make the playoffs. That team might not make the playoffs. The team I just read you, Achane, Kyron, Chase Brown on the bench, Bijan Robinson, Jalen Hurts, Puka Nacua. That team's not making the playoffs because of points against and circumstance. It happens. And you can't get mad at yourself. You can't look down on it. That's an incredible team to not make the playoffs. It's wild when I look at it. It's unbelievable. And all I needed was this one win right here from Miss Smitty, who's been dominating everybody all year. And this is the week that she loses by less than a point. Ray G, appreciate you. My opponent had to knock me out. That was close. Ha. Ray G to the playoffs. Congratulations, Ray G. Appreciate you. Sam, 2 seed, Josh Allen, Jamar Chase, Derrick Henry, Terry, Njoku, BTJ Jacobs, thinking I bust next week in the playoffs. I don't think so. Drop 180, pasted 2 weeks now. I have playoffs thoughts. Sam, I don't know what you're writing here. Thinking I bust next week in playoff, dropped 180, pasted 2 weeks now. I have playoffs thoughts. I don't understand it, Sam, but I think your team's good, and I think you're going to be fine. If that's what you're asking. Sam to the moon. Appreciate you. Jamar Chase made my team come back from 40 points behind, buy low of the year. Grabbed him in week 2 thanks to Smitty. He is him. Thank you, Bradford. Appreciate your kudos there, my man, and nice job. Jennings, AJ, Evans, Nico, Kyron, 2 wide receivers, 1 flex. AJB, man. So you're going Nico, you're going Kyron, 2 wide receivers and 1 flex. Nico, Kyron, and, Jennings is safe, but, I mean, how do you sit AJB or Evans at the end of the day? I probably, if it's me, I go AJB, Nico, and Kyron, but that's me. Jennings is a nice play, safe, but I can't sit AJB. Thanks, Smitty. We earned 2nd seed in my home league and snuck into the playoffs in my new dynasty league. Love this competition indeed. Thank you, Superfish, for dropping the super chat. And again, shout out to you. You're probably going to win the bowl prediction board with the Jonnu Smith prediction, which was unbelievable. Started 1-4, made trades, dropped 210 today to secure a playoff. Wish me luck. Nice job, my boy. Nice job. Fantastic stories from all of you. Very, very ecstatic to hear. Yeah, Wild Bill, it is a wild team to lose. Not only that, can I just be honest with you? I didn't even read off my entire team. I've got Jaden Daniels on that team. I've got Westbrook Akine on that team. Chase Brown on the bench. But yeah, I mean, Jalen Hurts, Puka Nacua, D. Hopkins, Devontae Smith, Kyron Williams, Achane, Disley, Bijan. It's unbelievable. It's an unbelievable team. It's been scoring like crazy. I lost a handful of games based on circumstance. It's just wild. And I'm so bummed that Joe Burrow didn't, get me that win because he had such a good day. But again, I tell that story so that people realize that, you can have bad luck in fantasy, and you shouldn't let it get you down either. Play in enough leagues that it's okay if you lose a league. You're not upset or crazy or get all wild. It's just important to understand that not always the best teams win. Sometimes you have some bad luck, points against, and all that stuff can come for you. But I'm going to take it next year. I need a running back. Do I need to claim Patrick Taylor? I would, yeah. Because you don't know. I mean, Garendo's very iffy for a Thursday quick turnaround game. You got to pick up Patrick Taylor. And if we go over to the ad drop board, which we didn't do the ad drops yet, so we could tweak this board a little bit. Who am I missing from the board? Let's do week 15 right now. We have not done the week 15 waiver wire board yet. I might have to do a video tomorrow. I don't know if I'm officially going to have it listed as a waiver wire board video. I might have to. But assuming, Patrick Taylor needs to be put on this board. Garendo, obviously, Sharbs, those guys are probably not available anymore. I feel like leaving them on here just in case there are leagues where, they're out there, I guess, at this late stage. I don't know. Maybe tomorrow I take them off, but for right now I'm going to leave them on there. Patrick Taylor needs to be there. Corum's getting work. Braylon Allen falls to the wayside. Benson probably goes above him at this point. Bigsby probably climbs back up. Sean Tucker's in the mix, I suppose. We've got McCormick will move up slightly. We've got Jalen Wright needs to be moved up into this territory. Brooks is an ACL tear out for the year. Algier probably moves up to right here just because they keep him kind of involved. I think that looks kind of good. Who am I missing from the waiver wire board from the running back category? Can I get some suggestions from anybody if they've got any? The wide receivers, Judy is probably going to come off the board. I think he's not available in enough leagues, but Akine's still out there. Thielen needs to move all the way up to the top here. He had a good day. I take a lap for not believing that Thielen was going to bring the thunder. That's on me. Watson needs to be up here. Johnston, Vela, let's see here. Tillman's injured right now. Move Wilson up a little bit. Mims is interesting for sure. Let's see here. Pearsall, no. Who am I missing here? McMillan needs to move up quite a bit. I like McMillan a lot. We'll put McMillan up in this territory for now. Maybe we'll move Wilson down a little bit. McMillan. Who am I missing here? Adunze. Yeah, I guess he is available in enough leagues because he got dropped last week. McMillan we'll put right in here. So Adunze, that's a good one. Let's grab this right here. Adunze. We knew he would be relevant at some point this year. That's why, we got a couple of Adunze questions, and I said last week I wouldn't cut him because I just feel like he's, with the injuries to that wide receiver room, he's going to finally get his shot. Jalen Warren's on the board already. Yeah, he's on here. Quarterbacks, I think they probably are about the same. Darnold, if available, probably slings straight to the absolute top. That's what I would probably adjust. Something along the lines like this. AR5, Winston, Wilson, those are all very, very close. Young's climbing up the board. Tua's still very nice from a fantasy perspective. Something along the lines like that. Penix Jr.'s creeping up in Superflex. Just keep an eye on him, even though they're saying that they're not looking to potentially move on from Kirk Cousins. It might happen next week. Am I missing anything over here? Adunze over Akine. I don't know. You're going to give up on Akine after 1 week? I'm not saying I don't like this, all very tight cluster. Judy's probably not. Let's see here. Travis, call in real quick if you've got a second, and we'll make sure we knock off some of these players. Like if Judy's no longer qualifying, if Garendo's no longer qualifying, we can go ahead and take them off the board. If Bo Nix still deserves to be on the list, we'll put Nix back on. I think Nix and Darnold would be atop the QB board if for any reason. Superflex your Penix, says Prince. Yeah, definitely. Definitely think it's potential Penix time. Travis, are we is Judy even available in enough leagues to put on this board anymore?
Let me check. I got it right here.
Judy, Akine, and Thielen. If you could look up Judy, Akine, Thielen.
Judy is still available in 24%.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take him off then. Everybody knows he needs to be grabbed. Okay, so Judy's off the board. Akine?
He's available in 59% of leagues.
Adam Thielen, Adunze?
Thielen is 47% available.
Okay, so that's great. We'll put him up top here. I mean, it's 3 weeks left. It's going to keep doing well.
Odunze is 37% available.
Okay, I think this looks pretty good. Am I missing any wide receivers? Am I missing any wide receivers at all?
Let's see. Top ads.
We like to do it live here on this show. At least lately we have. I think it's helpful to watch us work through it together.
Yeah, I mean, Downs is still hurt because he's available, but he's still hurt. So, I mean, people Jennings, Quentin Johnson, he's on the list.
He's on the list. Jennings isn't available in enough leagues to be on here, right?
No, he's 77% owned now.
Okay, that's a little bit over. You know what? That's close enough, maybe to put.
He's such a, and so is Addison 77% as well. So I mean,
jeez,
you gotta check for the guys at least.
Okay,
at least something notable.
let's put Jennings back on here. That's too high to not have it as a reference point. Let me get these guys back on here. So we said Jennings, Judy will actually, we'll keep Judy on too. Then I feel wrong about.
He's the same.
Okay, so Judy, Juwan Jennings, and then who are we saying?
Judy Jennings. Oh, Addison.
Addison. Jeez. Okay, let me move some of these bums down a little bit. Sorry, Washington. I'm just gonna move you over. Okay, so I gotta move these guys down. MVS, or move him down a little bit. So Jennings, Judy, and Addison. And if I had to rank them, it would be Judy and Addison tied. Jennings, then Thielen, then Odunze and Akine, probably. What do you guys think about Addison being the one over Judy or being tied? Like who? I mean, Judy's been doing it. Addison can be sporadic, but 3 touchdowns was an unbelievable day. Let's see, where's my Addison? Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it as a tie. They're both phenomenal. So Addison and Judy. Jennings is definitely right there, and then Thielen's probably right behind with Akine and Odunze right below. So I look at it like that. Again, I know this won't help all of you. I know some of you are gonna be like, Addison's not available in my league. My league's too good, but I want to make sure we're covering it. Garendo, how many percentage of leagues is Garendo available?
He's only 20% available.
Okay. Charbonnet?
He's 30% available.
Jeez. Really? That's
A lot of
crazy.
people dropped him the past 3 or 4 weeks.
Oh my God. So Charbonnet by far is the top pickup of the week then, because it's just that's a big percentage. Garendo, okay, so Garendo's probably not available. Sharps definitely is not available in a lot of leagues, but 30% is a lot. So we're going to put it like this. Darnold, how many percentage of leagues is Darnold available?
20%.
Okay, so because we're playing this game with Sharps and Addison and Judy and Jennings and Garendo, we're going to play it with Darnold. So Darnold definitely is going to stay on this list. And if this doesn't help some of you, then just look down the list a little bit. That's all you got to do. You don't have to complain or act like you're too good.
You know who got dropped a lot this week in 8 or 10% of leagues is Bo Nix.
Okay.
He's available in almost 40% of them.
Okay.
Yahoo is probably going a little bit more.
So let's put Nix on this list as well then, and put a little crown on his head too. What about tight ends? Am I missing anybody tight end wise?
Yeah. So Do you have Ferguson on there? Because he's only 71% on the Yahoo.
What do you finish with tonight?
Not too good. 332.
Because you said that like he had a big day, and I was like, what did I miss something?
No, I was just surprised he's not home.
Okay.
He hasn't done anything.
So Fergie, we'll put Fergie on here. That's fine. Yeah, Gray, Disley. I mean, it's the tight end. The tight end availability. It really is Disley who got hurt, right? I don't even know what his status is right now. But Jawan Jennings, that's a good one. Jawan. What did Jawan end up having this past week? Not Jawan. I'm sorry, not Jawan. Jawan Johnson. I'm sorry, Jawan Johnson.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
He went 4 for 50 with a touchdown.
Okay, so he's probably one of your top pickups.
Yeah.
Especially with Taysom out. Muth is decent. We'll put Muth up here.
Yeah.
A little something like that. I think that's a pretty good week 15 board. Again, just ignore the things that don't help you, but this is it.
Would you put Ray McLeod on there? He's got back-to-back 90-yard weeks. I know that would be deep leagues, but
yeah, I guess. Sure. Let's put Ray on here.
Him and Louis had a good week.
Ray McLeod. Okay, Ray's on there. I got Ray on there. I think this is it. I think we're good. I think we're good. Addison, Judy, Jennings, not likely to be available in everybody's league, but they're there. Sharps available in 30% of leagues is ridiculous. Nix and Darnold not available in every league, but they're enough to mention. I just don't want anybody to not win a league because we decided to leave off a Darnold or a Nix or a Sharps. And like you said, the reason Sharps is available in 30% of leagues is because he got cut walking into last week, and which is weird though that people didn't pick him back up though because of the 6 teams on a bye. I don't know. It's strange. It's kind of strange, but it is what it is. But yeah, there you go. Week 15 waiver wire. I might have to do a separate video tomorrow on it.
And then just for people listening, make sure you go out there and check if anyone dropped the kicker Fairbairn. A lot of people did, and he's double-digit points every week for kicker.
Okay.
Scoop him up because he was on bye this week.
Guys, thank you for the $20 super chats. I've got a few $20 haulers. I got DeBalt in the building with the $20 hauler. Curtis with a $20 hauler. Appreciate you guys dropping those. I've got Joe with the $20 hauler. Let's see here. Joe, Curtis, and then Andre with a 10. All right, let me. What?
Corey in the chat. Corey Jones pointed out Michael Mayer had 7 for 68 on 9 targets. Now, I don't know if he'll do that again, but something
interesting.
To keep an eye on.
Yeah, it's interesting. DeBalt with a 20 says 11 leagues, 11 playoff bursts, 4 first-round bye weeks. Have Brees in 6 leagues. Time to really lock in. It's go time, baby. DeBalt, appreciate your $20 hauler. I'm sending you to Mars, young man.
To Mars.
Appreciate that $20 hauler. This one here from Joe, $20 hauler from Joe. Let me send you to Saturn. Appreciate you, my guy. Joe says the following: 12-2, 12-man, Nix, Gibbs, Jacobs, Jamar Chase, Cooper Kupp, and Njoku, Bucky. If Bucky can't go, do I start a Dunze or Keenan Allen? I guess a Dunze, because he feels a little bit hotter handed right now, but I don't know. I mean, it also could be where they don't use him enough. I don't know. It's so tough. I think they're trying to get him going, but I guess it also depends on how banged up Keenan Allen looks or DJ Moore. What did Keenan Allen do last week? Travis, can you look that up real quick?
Not much. I think he had 30 yards.
Two touchdowns the week.
3 for 30.
2 touchdowns the week prior, and then Adunze 2 touchdowns this week. It's so hard to know. I probably lean toward Adunze because he is the hot hand at the moment. But can we reassess, Joe, when we get closer to kickoff? I think that we're too far away.
Yeah, because 3 weeks ago against Minnesota, who they're playing this week, he got 15 targets against them.
Yeah. Ron Navy with the 29-month membership says, hope people advanced in underdog battle. Yeah, hey, and Ron, you weren't here yesterday. Perps came in and fired some shots at you, bro. Let me replay that for you, Ron, because you missed it. This was from last night. This is from Perps to you. From Perps to you.
Fighting words.
Yeah, he came in and chose violence.
Hey, what's up, Smitty? Perps here. Just wanted to reach out. I was at the game today. I seen Ron Navy with Kirk Cousins. They were in the Vikings locker room, sniffing Sam Darnold's jockstrap. You believe it?
It came in with fighting words last night. I think he feels some redemption with his debate with you in the offseason about how, letting Cousins go was a mistake, and he wanted to take the gamble, and so he definitely came in with some fighting words last night. You weren't here, I don't think, to see it or hear it, but appreciate you, Ron, dropping your 29-month membership. Wow, 29 months. That's awesome. Thank you, Ron. This one here, $20 holler from Curtis. Curtis going to the moon.
To the moon.
Curtis, appreciate you. Curtis said the following here in his message. Half PPR double flex team is JD5, Nico, Evans, Lamb, Jennings, Monty, Chase Brown, Hubbard, Herbert, dealt with injury, made good trades with advice from the show, made the playoffs, and primed for a championship run. This is a really nice team. I think you're going to do okay. I think you're going to do fine. Monty's a solid running back. Chase Brown's a solid running back. Chuba Hubbard's solid run. You got a nice running back stable. It's very underrated. Nico, Evans, Lamb, Jennings, JD5. You definitely got a team that can knock off one team at a time for sure. Nice job. Andre with a $10 hauler. Brown's last carry gave me 1-point win, clinching the playoff spots at 8-5. Started 2-4 after losing Rashee Rice, Ayuk, CMC, plus a subpar Brees. Thanks, Smitty. Got Jennings, Garendo, Charbonnet, Chase Brown. Andre going to the playoffs. Congrats, Andre. That's fantastic news, my boy. And then let me hit these super chats real quickly. TP says, drop Benson for Sincere McCormick. I don't know. What are we thinking on that? McCormick? He looks okay, but it's still a committee to a degree, right? What did McCormick finish with at the end of the day?
15 for 78.
Yeah, he was good. He was good, but I think I'm gonna keep Benson TP, but I can understand this move, and honestly, we're 1 week away from me maybe thinking the same thing, I guess, but I still think Benson, scratching at the surface. Keep in mind, Charbonnet 3 weeks ago felt probably how Benson feels right now, or 2 weeks ago. There were people who are like, do I keep Sharbs? Do I keep Corum? Or do I keep, do I keep so-and-so? Grendo or whatever. Even when you look back and it's there was once a struggle where you had to choose between the backups and you're fighting a who gets injured first game. And so if Connor at 29 years old gets banged up, Benson goes, to the moon. I need a running back. Do I need to claim Patrick Taylor? Yes, you do. And I think I answered this same question earlier, but yeah, it definitely need to grab Patrick Taylor. He is on the waiver. I think that's what triggered the waiver board conversation. But Taylor moves up to about this Benson Corum level. Bigsby, Jalen Wright, Vidal, Tucker's in the mix there. McCormick, Warren, Algier. It's a pretty close group. Even Gus Edwards, move him up slightly. It's a really close group of RBs. If Sharbs and Garendo and Corum are gone, it's slim pickings at this point. It's same with wide receivers. If Addison, Jennings, and Judy, and again, they're not available in a ton of leagues, but over 20% in all 3 counts, I think that's enough to throw on here, have a conversation, and say, check your waiver wire board, because if 20% of you can pick up Jennings, or 20% of you can pick up Judy, or 20% of you can pick up Addison, I'm not doing my job by not talking about it and just saying, well, some of you will get mad if I talk about these being available because your league's so good. Started 7-1, and now my record is 7-7. No playoffs for me. Damn. God, rise above. That's devastating to hear. Because I felt like each week you were coming in with a success story. Man. Rise Above, we need to get you. Yeah, I felt like you were coming in with success story each week. So that doesn't make sense to me. But we need to get you in more leagues. You need to do more than one league. Because if something happens like that, and like look at me in Miss Smitty's league. Like if that was the only league I did, I'd think I'd question my life. I'd question my life because I got Puka, Hurts, Kyron, Achane, Bijan, Chase Brown on a team that didn't make the playoffs because of circumstances and points against. Like, it's crazy. Started 1-5, won 8 in a row to improve to 9-5. Yeah, Rock out, you struggle with this team we're talking about here. Now you're the 4 seed. You had a phenomenal. That was the one that could have maybe got Jamar Chase in a trade too, right? If I'm remembering correctly. Drop Herbert for Russell Wilson. That you could go either way on that. I mean, Ladd could come back and then things are better. Herbert does have the contusion on his leg, but it's not like it's going to keep him out. I think you could debate this one. You really could debate it. Russ is hit and miss. I mean, he cooks at times, and at the end of the day, the stats are kind of there. So I'd probably say Russell Wilson by a hair for sure. Right now, given Herbert's injury status, the team, Ladd, but it's close. Isaiah Davis, Najee, or Sincere. You got to go Najee. Najee's getting fed, bro. Every week he's getting like 18 to 22 carries a game. And he's in the end zone. There's just that's not even debate at all. To your point, I'm not making the playoffs. Team is 7-6 in a 12-man PPR. JD5 Mixon, Kyron, Jamar Chase, Nico, DK, Debo, Olave. Wow. That's a kick to the nutsack. That team is phenomenal. Don't let that stray you away next year from playing or something like that. I hate when I hear stories like that. I'm quitting fantasy. Like, you joined because of the struggle and the adrenaline rush and the ups and downs. Like, you got to remember that if you have bad games, bad seasons, bad whatever. Where is Penix if announced a starter? Probably outside the top 10, but like, we're hopeful that this is a player that like you're contemplating next to Russell Wilson's and next to quarterbacks like Caleb and such. Like, that's where he'll be. You can't just throw him somewhere crazy. We've got to watch it play out a little bit before we start getting insanely invested. But I can't wait. I'm excited about it if it happens. Disley expected to miss 2 weeks with a shoulder. Thank you for updating Murph on that one. I haven't seen the Disley update yet, so I appreciate you. Brown's last carry gave me the 1-point win. I did read this already. Congratulations on that. And the last super chat from Trone Force, I started 2-5 and now 9-5 after winning 7 straight. 2 and 3 seeds to lose. I'm now 2nd seed in the playoffs. Nice job, Trone Force. Trone Force to the moon. I lied. One more from Murph. Murph said week 15 defense. Play Arizona versus the Patriots or Baltimore versus the Giants. Give me the Baltimore Ravens against the Giants. Much worse offense with much more of a struggle bus game, I think, in store. Ron Navy, you were live.
Oh, hello, Smitty. How you feeling?
I'm good, bro. Just coughing.
Sounds like you're feeling better.
Yeah, it's just a lingering cough. What's up? You hear Perps? Yeah, I hear shots fired from Perps.
Yeah, I heard you play that. That's all good. It's all fun, but I mean, sorry to tell you, Perps, I don't know jack strap from other beds. But it's okay.
Ron does not pee sitting down.
I did. I came in on one of your shows. Remember, I said Cousins.
I told him. I told him that. I said I don't think he'll be that shocked by your comment. I think he just felt like he's been missing for a while, and he's just trying to get his feet under him and get back into the swing of things. And he's like, you know what? I remember taking a lot of heat for wanting to move on from Kirk Cousins and take that gamble. Which we had a little bit of a debate last night. I don't know how you feel about this, but I think this team is going to go after Darnold. I know that there's some rumors that they're going to let him go, but I don't buy that. I think that this team is going to go after Darnold and say, Darnold, we want you to stay. And I think Darnold, while he might be after money, I think he'll get enough money we'll have to see, but he'll get enough money from the Vikings, and I think he'll have a lot of loyalty to him. You know, like this is.
Well, I think so too, because look how many places he's been and failed.
Yeah.
Now he's under a system that he can thrive in, and you know, I mean, the system makes a difference on these quarterbacks. You know, look at how many quarterbacks have success, like New England, right? And then they go somewhere else and they don't have success, or they have success in one team and then they go somewhere else and they don't have no success.
Yeah.
So the system makes a big deal. So I think Darnold would be smart to stay in that system. But look, I don't think they can get past Detroit. I don't think anybody's going to get past Detroit this year. I think Detroit's going to the Super Bowl. I really believe that. I mean,
I think
it'll
they
be
could.
a tough game between Philly and Detroit, but I think Detroit's better than Philly.
I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be tough. I mean, Philly's D's looking good. Saquon, like there's so many.
Yeah, Detroit's D has to get a little healthy.
Yeah, their D can be hit and miss. They do have time. It's going to be a battle. It's going to be a battle. I have my future is, and I did this last year. I had the Niners and the Chiefs, and I had the Chiefs winning, and then I flipped it. I had the Niners and Chiefs, the Niners winning. So I hedged it, and I do that every year. My pick this year is the Chiefs versus the Eagles, and the Chiefs winning, and the Chiefs versus the Eagles winning. And I hedged it, and so I think I put like 200 on each side. So
Kansas City's got a break. I mean, they are just getting too dang lucky.
I don't think it's luck.
An Irish team?
It's not luck.
They find a 4-leaf clover somewhere.
It's
or
not
something?
luck. You can't.
Every single week they're pulling it out last play of the game.
Yeah, but it's not luck. It's just they make teams play down to a slow pace, and then they just execute every time. And yeah, you can. I don't think so. I don't think it's luck. I don't think it's luck. I think this team is very good at what they're doing, and I think a lot of people get upset over it, and they use this whole they just hate Casey. They hate him so bad that they just want to their downfall. It's the worst, nearly undefeated team I've ever seen. Like it will be for a very poor Super Bowl, like a 10-13 Super Bowl, but they make every team play at a crawl. And so
I don't think they're going to get past. I mean, if it's Buffalo and Kansas City in the AFC Championship game, I don't think they can get past Buffalo.
I think
they're
Buffalo
going to be playing
firepower.
I bet you they play completely different in the playoffs, and they steamroll a few teams.
Maybe.
It's the way they do it. It's the way Andy Reid is. It's the way the Chiefs are. They get Hollywood Brown back. Pacheco hasn't even gotten on his horse again yet. They're going to get healthy. I just don't think this team is as lucky as people say. I think that's unfair to suggest that they're not just such a tough team. Even if they're not the same team, they're different. They make teams play down to a certain level, and then they just execute at the end. And Patrick Mahomes is marvelous in all pressure situations. But anyway, it'll be interesting. Let me.
But it's not always Patrick Mahomes is the reason why they lost. I mean, they won at the end. It was the other team screwing up a field goal, screwing up the snap, screwing up, the chance to beat them in the end. And I mean, look at how many teams. Yeah. They don't make a mistake.
We'll see what people say when they win the three-peat. If they don't win, I think the Lions could, but Dan Campbell's going to go for it on fourth down no matter what and throw it away that way. I like Dan Campbell a lot. I also love the Eagles minus Sirianni. I think Sirianni is a lot like Shanahan. The team's so good, and Sirianni is good at a few things, like for sure, just like Shanahan's good at a few things. But Sirianni is definitely I feel like he's been holding the offense back, and a lot of they're just so good though that they figure out a way to win a lot of games. But I don't think we're getting even 80% of Jalen Hurts right now. I think he's been off. He isn't throwing the best right now. They still figure out a way. It's just such a good team, but it should be so much better. It should be so much better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they can get their offense, their passing game clicking, they're going to be dangerous because that defense, Vic Fangio has those young guys just coming together. They're playing better and better every week.
Yeah. All right, let me answer these super chats real quick. I got a few people saying they're trying to go to bed. Jack Barco, give me your top 5 wide receivers and running backs in order for Week 15. I don't know, Jack. That's you're asking for like
You said I don't know, Jack.
yeah. I don't know, Jack. I don't know, bro. I have to look at all that. Like you're asking me to spitball something that I don't know, Jack. I can't give you that answer right now. You want me to go through a mock draft for Week 15, and I'm just not. Week 14 just ended. Like I'm gonna need a little bit of time, Jack. But I appreciate your super chat. And if I had to like spitball it, I guess. Let's see here. I'll try my best here for you, Jack. Let me pull up my rankings, which aren't even fully ready to go, but let's see here. Barkley. I don't know. Hold on a second, Jack. I gotta give me some time on this. I'll answer this. I know you want to go to bed though, but I can't give you a rush answer because I want to look at matchups and everything. I'd just be lying to you. Let's see here. Week 15. What the Eagles play the Steelers, right?
Eagles play the Steelers next week. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go Barkley. I'm gonna go Henry.
Bijan plays the Raiders.
The Raiders. I'm going to go Barkley, Henry, Bijan, Achane against the Texans, Gibbs against the Buffalo Bills, Kyron Williams against San Francisco. I think that Jacobs is right there, Mixon's right there, Chase Brown's right there. It's a real close race. Wide receivers, Jack, Jamar Chase at Tennessee, Nico at Miami, Puka at San Francisco, JJ at Chicago or versus Chicago, St. Brown versus Buffalo. That's going to be my spitball answer, Jack. Appreciate you. Go to bed. Drop love for JD5 rest of season. Man, that's a tough one.
That's hard.
I'd probably say yeah. I'd probably rather have JD5, but I don't know if I would drop them. I think I'd just keep both of them. I'd figure out a way to not have to make that drop. But you're giving somebody. We talked about this last night. Don't be dropping big name guys. Drop Njoku, have McBride. Again, you're handing somebody Njoku. I don't know if I would do that, Sticky. I think you're making a mistake that somebody's going to be able to take advantage of and maybe beat you because of it. Njoku's a really good tight end to just throw out there. Do it right before kickoff or at least or something.
12. We get someone really good off the waivers.
Yeah, 12-man, 0.5 PPR playoff team. Here is my roster: JD5, Kyron, Gibbs, Jamar Chase, DK, McBride, Charbonnet, Braylon Allen, Waddle, Taylor Jr. Okay, Taylor Jr. Ford. Thoughts? Good team. Yeah, really good team. Love it. Sharbs, Gibbs, Kyron. You got to start all three of those guys, obviously. Jamar, DK. You don't really have a dilemma at all. McBride, fantastic. I mean, like Waddle maybe for DK if DK's banged up or something, like you're not feeling good about DK. DK's hard to figure right now, but yeah, that's a really, really good squad, bro. I think that's fantastic. Video game controller looks in between the words try again. What? Jack, no one understands half of what you type on this stuff. What are you doing? Video game controller looks... Is this a sticker? It's a super sticker. Okay, it's a description of a sticker. I'm sorry, Jack. That one's on me. My system doesn't show me the stickers. It reads them. And I didn't read the whole thing. Super sticker. Video game controller looks in between the words try again. Gotcha. Okay, Jack, thank you. I'm sorry. That one was on me. Jack to the moon. You're the GOAT. Good luck, fellas. Jack, appreciate your $2 holler. Jack to the moon. And Rise Above with one more super chat. It says 8-6, Cook, Chase Brown, Jonu, Sun God, London, Tua, Reed, Ferguson, Charbonnet, Waddle, Brian Thomas Jr., Pacheco. Maybe I can still make the playoffs, Smitty. 8-6. Yeah, I mean, that's a good team. It's a good team, bro. I mean, you need Sun God to step up. You need London to step up. Ferguson, yeah. I mean, it's a good squad. Maybe Pacheco, Chase Brown. I like the squad. It doesn't feel like it's probably the best team in the league, like being honest, but it's still good. I mean, you can knock one team off at a time. Is Isaiah better than Bigsby? Is Isaiah David better than Bigsby? I don't think so. Ron, what do you think about what was the question?
Jordan Addison balling out?
Yeah, 3 TDs was unbelievable. Darnold had such a good day.
Just not even this week. Last week,
I
he's
know.
been balling out pretty much all year. You know I love me some Addison.
Yeah,
I always liked Addison right out of the get-go.
Addison's been a hot. You haven't been here lately. He's been a hot play. We've been recommending Addison at every turn.
Yeah.
But Addison is definitely in his bag, no doubt about it. And you just start him; he's automatic. What do you think about
this? You know about the? Oh, go ahead.
No, it's fine.
What do I think about what?
I don't know. I got to get to Steven, who's been on hold for a while. But go ahead, Ron, real quick.
Well, I was just going to ask you if you know about the bbmdb.com site that shows all the underdogs.
No.
All your you can put in your name and it'll show all your teams and what they did.
No, I'll check it out. Steven, what's up, my boy? Sorry about the wait.
No, you're good, man. Yep, I lost the last game by 2 points to get into playoffs. CD balled out for me, man. My team's absolutely unreal, dude. I'm just getting sick and tired of these backdoor covers. Had the Dallas defense. They looked good. Missed a fumble. Had the blocked punt. Guy touched the ball. Didn't get the points there. CD Lamb's catches 2 catches, in the second half. I just don't get it, man. I mean, I had Kyron Williams, Bijan Robinson, Malik Neighbors, CeeDee Lamb, Kelsey, Montgomery, Debo, Thielen. It's just, it's an unbelievable beat, and I lost by 2 points.
Well, don't let it get you discouraged about fantasy. Just come back and tear it up. You know what I mean? Like, don't.
I just don't know what is with these with like these guys like CeeDee Lamb's. His line before the game was right at 6.5. Reception, and he lands right at 6, hits under the hook, and then before that punt, Cowboys were -2.5 at like a -145 line. They blocked the punt, and then obviously Bengals get it back, and then Bengals go back down to score on a last-minute drive with the backdoor cover. I just don't get it.
Well, I mean,
kind of with the same thing. Like, is it not luck, or is it just the NFL and how stuff plays out?
Well, I mean, you could also use a lot of this to your advantage. If you feel like you can predict when there's certain players like the Bengal players, they get a lot of garbage time. Caleb Williams gets a lot of garbage time because they're playing from behind, and Caleb looked like trash all game long, and then all of a sudden he starts throwing touchdowns because Niners aren't even trying at that point. And it's like there are ways to take advantage of this, but I don't know. I think Joe Burrow's been bowling out for 3 straight weeks, bro. Like, he's gonna get his, So I don't know that it's surprising at all.
Chase went off, and
their defense blows.
I went on 3 straight losses, and last week, I lost, which was a crucial loss because I was up over 30 points, and then I went up against Jerry Jeudy, so that put me in the predicament to win out this game, and then going in, CD's got 17.5. I'm looking good, and then Cowboys just crumble, and it's even worse because that's my favorite team. So just decimating. What a decimating loss. So
thank
don't
you,
feel
Jack.
bad in the end of the league, man. It just happens. I'm there with you, man.
Yeah.
Just had to call and had you talk me off the ledge.
Yeah. Well, we'll get you there next year, bro. Okay.
We all go through it. Every one of us. Sometimes we just barely lose, and sometimes we just barely win. You're gonna have both sides of the plate there eventually. It just happens, and it's devastating. It makes you feel like crap. But you're gonna have times where you win by 2 points.
Yeah, don't worry about it, bro.
Yeah, for sure. And it happens. It's just a bummer, man. Watching that defense get the block, they get the fumble, and then they just can't convert.
Well, just like I said, like I always say, bro, this is why we play the game, the adrenaline rush. One of your buddies came up to you one day and says, bro, there's this awesome game called fantasy football where you're like literally on the edge of your seat and you may lose and you may win and you're like, that sounds fantastic. And now all of a sudden we live in a world where we want to win by 100 before Sunday afternoon, or we're in a nervous wreck state the entire Sunday night, Monday. Like, people would rather choose to dominate their opponent and not have a single care in the world than to have a fun, stretched out game. But so you got to make sure
that's what it's all about.
You're keeping
is the adrenaline, like you said. So it keeps us coming back.
We'll get you there next year if you don't have anything else. Make sure you play underdog, Coach Smitty.
Yeah.
That will allow you get some extra skin in the game and.
Luckily, I'm in four other playoff spots.
Okay.
Which is nice.
Good.
So
you'll be fine.
Pretty good. So
I appreciate
all the love, and I'll still be tuning in, man.
All right, yeah. Get ready for the rookie content. The rookie content's on its way. All right, later, bro.
Sounds good, man. See you guys later.
Will, you're live, Will.
Smitty, Prince Jamar, man, he's just an absolute stud. Locked up the playoffs for the boys tonight. So shout out to Jamar.
Yeah, Jamar was absolutely phenomenal. Just number one overall pick. I mean, here's the board. I think Barkley's in this conversation. Jamar Chase is in this conversation. This group of players right here is all in the mix for like 3, 4, 5, of course. But I mean, Jamar Chase is hard to argue against 1.1 2025. He's just so phenomenal.
Absolutely, man. And I just wanted to speak on kind of what you've been preaching all season, like the value of like these 2-for-2 or 2-for-1 trades, and just kind of how key they are in like different situations. Like, I was able to pull off trading like Kenneth Walker, Charb, and Mooney for like AJB and a Najee. And then, a guy that has Jamar can't handle holding him on the bye weeks, so then you move AJB for Jamar and just figure out situations like, so even after a tough season, there's ways to get value out of like these creative trades. So I just wanted to say thanks for like the inspiration, for just really digging deep and just finding ways how to create value for your team.
Yeah, buddy. All right, man. Appreciate you.
Thanks, man.
Later.
Appreciate it.
Nice job calling later. We'll be back tomorrow to go over, I think, 2025 mock draft or top 25, kind of similar to what we did here on this board, and I'll break down something tomorrow on that. All right, let me go over to Rock Out real quickly. Rock Out, what can I do for you, my man?
Yeah, are you feeling Bo or Purdy or Tua?
Bo Nix probably, but I mean that's so tough.
Tua's been good, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's got a good matchup too at Houston, but I think Bo Nix him and Tua are pretty close. Purdy's not too far behind. They're all really close. They're all very close calls. I think I'd probably roll with Bo Nix. He's got Indy this week, and then I don't know. You take it week by week. I don't think you can lock anything in yet.
Yeah, the only one I know, if I get to the championship, I have Bo against like Carolina.
Yeah. All right.
And you would play Gatto over Stevenson if K9 doesn't play.
Dowdle over Stevenson, probably right now. Dowdle's playing pretty darn good.
The ball.
Yeah, 7 yards a rip this week, so I think he's earned it. But Stevenson could shock me, I guess. But I would start Dowdle. Dowdle's at least got some momentum.
Against Carolina, it's a good matchup too. They let up rushing yards.
Yeah, I'd venture to say Dowdle's like maybe, I don't know.
Top 18, top 20.
Yeah, I mean, something like that.
Yeah.
Easily, You got, yeah, I mean, like if you were given even a James Cook right now off of he came off a huge game the week prior, did nothing this week. It's like, what would you do? James Cook or Dowdle? I think I'm going to get that question a bunch. And I mean, logic will tell you go with the hot hand, like Cook is inconsistent enough, but boy, does he pack a punch. Like you could be so upset at yourself if you sit James Cook and he has 3 touchdowns. But I mean, Dowdle does feel safer right now. But Dowdle's good. I admit I didn't give him enough credit the last handful of weeks. I'd always make fun of him. Dowdle. I doubt he'll do anything. I admit it. But, Dallas it's been 2 good matchups for him, but he's got another good matchup. So three great matchups in a row. So you can't really argue the logic of matchup. It's still there for him.
Yeah, and finally, change. They want to go, run and then run off the pass.
Yeah.
Versus early in the year.
And they're running better finally. They've been trash. They've been running the football in trash fashion. Very bad play calls. Even if Dowdle was a good player, they weren't going to give him an opportunity. But now he looks pretty good, and they look like they run the ball well. So yeah. All right, my man. Anything else, boys? I'm gonna probably get off and get going to these super chats, and then we'll see how much longer I go tonight. But anything else?
No, I'm all set. I'll talk to you guys later, Ron. Later, Rock out.
Later, guys. Talk to you all later.
All right, later, Ron.
He was.
Oh, is he talking? Thank you, Jack. Appreciate you. Jack says he's going to throw a $500 if he hits his goal. What's your goal? Appreciate you. Start Kyler Murray or Tua. I think Tua right now. Pitts or Freiermuth? Probably Freiermuth right now. And do I pick up someone off waivers? I mean, Renegades, it depends on who is available. Mr. T. PPR, pick 1. Kraft, Dell, Tillman, Elijah Moore, Braylon. Probably Elijah Moore. Right? I mean, he's Mr. T, I don't know if I like those options, though. I'm just going to be honest with you. But, yeah. 8-6 made Moon Man playoffs. Not so good in the Patreon leagues. Mr. T, appreciate you. Congrats on getting there, though, in the other league. Chase, Sutton, Evans, Wilson, Adams. Who's my 2-3? Jamar Chase. And probably, assuming Evans looking healthy and good, I'm going to go Evans, man. I mean, he's like a 3 TD capable guy. And then Sutton's closely behind him, but I think I would go Evans. Playoff bound in 2 of 3 leagues. Third league is a promising dynasty squad with that I adopted this summer with Bowers and JD5. Will need your help this offseason. Phil, appreciate you, and I'm ready to rumble with it. Thank you all for dropping those super chats. I appreciate all of you. Congrats to everybody that won and made their playoffs. And if you didn't, make sure you are attacking Underdog. Code Smitty. The link is right here. I will drop the link right here. Smash that link. Boom. It's right there. Smash the link. Do it live. Do it live. Do it live. I'm going to pin the link in the live chat. Underdog will match your first deposit 50% all the way up to $1,000. So if you lost and you're not in your playoffs, draft a week 15 only team with all the knowledge you know now. Do some pick'ems. Walker needs testing on his calf, which means more Charbonnet likely in store, and who knows, it could lead to he starts the rest of the season and he goes on IR. Needing more testing is not a good sign. Garendo taking it day to day with the foot. It's a mild foot sprain. Results revealed, so definitely not feeling too worried about Garendo, but he's not out of the woods yet. Short turnaround Thursday game. We'll be back tomorrow for several videos, I imagine. Could be a breaking news video on top of a top 2025 ranking video or a mock draft for 2025. And Superfish says, read my membership question. Let me see if I got membership question. Ron Navy dropped his. Hope you advance to underdog, is what he said earlier. Superfish, appreciate you. Yes, Joe New is my current number 3 tight end, or is the current number 3 tight end. Nice job. Devin, appreciate you becoming a member. Superfish, thank you for the super chat. I will see you all later, and I appreciate every single one of you. What are we going to end it on tonight?
The stack above all stacks. It's time to drop the pancake emojis in the live chat.
People are getting burrowed left and right, and people are going to remember it.
He's Kyron, he's 7 feet tall, and he knows how to handle a ball. He's Kyron, he can take frowns and turn them upside down with his touchdowns.
Live Monday through Friday, additionally live whenever big news breaks, but I'm live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Every single Monday through Friday. Live after games. Monday night game, Thursday night game, Sunday night game, afternoon games. And again, don't forget, live when big news breaks. We're going to have a huge off season, and it all really begins right now. We don't shut it down. I don't slow down. December, we start talking rookies. It is December, so probably right around Christmas time. Get ready for the rookie content. It's coming. Deuces. People are getting burrowed left and right, and people are going to remember it.